Now, what is the most fun thing we can do as fly tiers? I think it is sitting down at the bench with a handful of materials and nothing but an idea in our head and then just coming up with something fun. So that's what I did today, and since it's almost Halloween, I decided to make this one a Halloween themed streamer. Now, if you're not from the US, you're probably wondering why Americans get all crazy about this silly little holiday. And I really don't know, but it's pretty fun. I mean, a lot of times we'll go out to amusement parks. Our kids will dress up in costumes and go out trick-or-treating. Just earlier today, I tried out my chicken riding costume for my wife, so that was pretty fun. But I digress. Today's pattern, it really doesn't look like any other pattern out there. I just made it up a couple of hours ago, but it's got some purple and orange, traditional Halloween colors in it, and then a little bit of black and silver. But it was a fun little tie. And since this thing doesn't have a name, let's do a Name the Fly contest. And how that works is just watch the video and then leave a comment with what you think we should name this thing. In a few days, I'll pick the top 4 and put it out there for a vote. And then the winner, I will send you a $25 gift card and a Savage Flies hat. And one other note, I do read all the comments and I try to respond to all of them within a reasonable amount of time, but I have been traveling a lot lately. And in fact, tomorrow, or Halloween day, when this video is going to be published, I will be out of town. So it might take me a few days to get to these, but I promise you I will get to them. So leave a comment, name this fly, and yeah, I'll get back to you. I'll pick a winner within a couple of days. So that's it, everybody. Happy Halloween, and hope you like this streamer. So there it is in the vise. Now, what should we call this Halloween monster? Who knows, but it's going to be fun to see what y'all come up with. So this is a size 6, it's 3X long, barbless streamer hook. It's a Sprite if you're curious. I think this is the last one I have in this pack, so might be time to order some more. They're pretty decent hooks. And my thread, I'm going with a black. This is a 74 denier from the Flysmith. Great stuff, I love this thread. I'm just going to catch it in somewhere in the middle and bring it back close to the bend of the hook. And for a tail, I wanted something purple. Now I thought about doing some wool or just some kind of floss, but I'm going to go with this strung saddle hackle. And I'm going to take a little medium tuft of this. It looks kind of blue in the monitor, but I promise you this is some purple stuff. And I don't want to snip the end, so I'm making sure I get the right length that I want before I catch it in. So let's take a couple of wraps and then check it. Yeah, it's a pretty long tail, but I want a kind of meaty tail. So a couple more wraps to secure this. Now we got this little mess up here to contend with. And of course, I want a butt. I want a big butt on this thing, medium orange chenille. I stripped off a little bit, so I've got the bare thread core right there. That makes it a little bit easier to catch in. Well, not necessarily, but it keeps it from making an uneven lump. You might like big butts, but we don't want lumpy ones. Okay, so probably 2 wraps of this right here. We'll see what 2 looks like. Okay, that's full wrap right there. And I think I can get 1 more. Yeah, that's gonna work right there. Maybe catch it off on the bottom side right down here. All right, I think this is gonna work. Now, a few extra wraps just to kind of smooth that out if possible. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring my thread up front and catch in some Mylar tinsel. Now the one I had in the vise at the beginning, that was a size 10. This one, I'm going to go a little bit smaller, size 12. We'll see if it makes a difference, if it's going to even be noticeable. And I want it silver, so I'm catching it in with the silver side toward the hook. And I'm catching it in up front just so I can minimize having an extra bit of a lump back here. Probably not a big deal because I'm going to go with some pretty fuzzy body material. And my body material, ostrich herl. 2 black ostrich herl strands. Now these aren't real long, so it's going to get us halfway up. We'll have to catch another one in. Another couple in here in just a minute. So we'll take our thread up here and we'll wrap these about as far as we can get them. Just pretty close together. We are going to wrap that rib over it, so it's going to mat some of them down, so I wouldn't worry if this thing doesn't look perfect. But hopefully these herls are long enough to get me at least halfway up. Okay, I think that's pretty close. I'll back these wraps off and then catch this off right here. Whoa, 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 one of them slipped. Oh, shoot. All right, well, that happens. All right, did we recover? Yeah, we're fine. Let's catch this off. All right, back of that body still looks fine. We'll snip this, catch in 2 more strands. And where my thread is, that's probably far enough forward because I'm going to put another little bit of orange up here. So these are kind of matting down. That's all right. They're going to be matted down when we wrap that rib anyway. So go ahead and bring this up your thread and catch it off. All right, now let's wrap this rib. And we'll see if this one looks any smaller than the one we did before. Those first 2 wraps, it doesn't really. Oh well. I did look at the size 16, 18 and thought about doing that, but I think it was just a little bit too small. Okay, we'll catch this off with a couple wraps. And when I do a tinsel rib like this, sometimes I fold it back over and then a couple more locking wraps. I find that just makes the tinsel a little bit more durable and less likely to come undone when you're fishing it. Now a little more orange chenille. Same piece we had in the back. Again, I stripped a little bit of it off. All right. And this one, you could make this one a little bit bigger than the butt if you wanted. It probably doesn't matter, but it might help prop our wing up in just a second. So I think that's going to work right there. Is that bigger? Maybe just a little bit. Not that noticeable though. And now let's just try to smooth this out a little bit and take our thread back far enough where we can catch our wing in. And the one you saw in the vise at the beginning, I put a little bit of black bugtail under squirrel, but I don't think it was noticeable, so I'm going straight into squirrel this time. So a small to medium-sized tuft in your stacker. And that looks fine. And we'll catch it in to about the middle of that tail right there. Now, one thing I should have done before I put this in my hand was put a little wax on my thread, because squirrel tail is slippery. And I didn't do that, and I didn't want to set it down and start over, so we're just going to catch it in right there and put a few extra wraps to make it really tight. All right, I think that's the length I want. Now just snip this up here as close as you can get it. Okay, I think that's fine. Push that up with your thumb if you want. Just build a big head right here. Make sure you can still get your tippet up through that eye. And there we go. It's a little bit messy of a head, but you know, we'll be able to hide that with our UV resin. So let's go ahead and do a whip finish. So just a little bit of UV resin or head cement right there, and this crazy Halloween monster streamer is done. So I can't wait to hear what names y'all come up with for this thing. So I appreciate you watching, everybody. Y'all take care. Happy Halloween. We'll see you next time.
Dad. Matt.
It's my costume.
You are such a dog.
I'm riding a chicken.
Where did you get this?
That was like a month ago.
I love those tiny legs. I love those tiny legs.
I'll kick your ass.
Don't get the nail. That's hilarious. No, no.